Hi guys, I'm Shane.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Sean.
This is our channel, The Theory of Life. We're just basically three average guys who love discussing the big questions in life, giving our opinion, whether it's right or wrong.
Every week we'll pick a subject and give our own opinions and theories about it, and basically see if we can come to some sort of conclusion that we're all happy with, basically.
So comment below to give us your ideas for what you want us to discuss, and like, share and comment on our videos, and subscribe to the YouTube channel please.
If you like what you see.
Cheers.
Hi guys, this week we're going to talk about consciousness.
Me and John were discussing it a bit earlier in the week. I've not got a theory as such, it's just blown my mind trying to think about it, so we're going to discuss it today and see if we can come to any conclusions.
Basically see if we can all agree on same thing, really.
Which I won't understand.
Yeah.
Basically what I'm struggling to understand is your brain controls everything, but why does it give you consciousness?
Yeah.
How?
Why is it giving you the sense that you're involved in these decisions that you make in your life?
See, what I think it gives you consciousness to basically understand what's going on around us, so it can, what you're seeing and what you're hearing, it's basically your brain's input, so it can make decisions on those inputs, basically. You know what I mean?
But why does it need to do it? Why does it have to give you a choice or think it gives you a choice? Because your brain controls everything about you.
Yeah.
I see you saying like your brain should tell you what to do, you not choose yourself. So,
yeah, if you want to go for a walk somewhere, your brain's determined at some point that it wants to go for a walk for some reason, but it makes you think that you've consciously chose to go for a walk. But why haven't consciousness is like a middleman? Why do you need a middleman? Why does your brain need to give you this sense of self-being and self-awareness when it can just do what it wants and control? You don't think about when your heart beats or when you're taking your next breath.
What about times when you don't think about stuff, when you just do stuff though?
Well, that's it. If you've got reactions, something that happens so quick that you can't make a conscious decision,
your brain just tells you.
your brain takes over, so why can't it do that all the time? Why does it need to give you consciousness? Your brain controls everything. It controls your sight, hearing, smell, taste.
So it's like someone kicks a ball at you, you try and stop it because your brain's protecting yourself.
Yeah, but brain's protecting yourself, but
the conscience. But you could be like, oh, I'm not going to do that.
I do it like you do it without thinking about it, don't you? Like if you're going to fall over, you automatically put your arms down.
Yeah.
But you don't think about putting your arms down. You're not thinking about, I'm going to fall and it forwards.
So what about if you go, right, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to think for myself, not protect myself because my brain's choices. I'm just going to fall. I'm not going to put my arms out.
You are your brain. Everything about you, the way you think, the way you feel, what taste you like, is controlled by your brain. It's not a conscious decision that you like something. Why does it give you consciousness?
Alright, yeah, I get you. So it's like...
It's making its decisions on its own.
Yeah.
It's like your split personality, and it's...
You don't choose.
You think you're choosing, and then your brain's working here, but you are your brain.
So it's like, oh, I don't like that food, but you want to like that food, but your brain's telling you don't like it.
Yeah, for some reason your brain doesn't like it. So why does it give you that choice? Why does it need to validate itself?
When you just like everything.
Your brain controls, like, if you're learning something new, it's your brain that's learning it. You don't consciously learn it, it either sinks in or it doesn't, so...
Doesn't happen very often.
You know what I mean? It's like I say, it's like a middleman to itself.
I get you.
When you feel hungry, it's your brain saying you need food for energy to keep going.
Is it though?
Do you think your brain's doing it basically for enjoyment?
Yeah, what does your brain get out of it?
Yeah, but if it were just a brain that's taking all of this input in, it's just, I can see something. It's like, I can hear something. It's like when you're listening to music. You like that music. If you're just hearing it, it's like,
but your
brain just hear it. It's not like...
Yeah, but your brain enjoys it, and it tells you that you enjoy it. But when it's telling you that you enjoy it, it's telling itself, because your brain's not separate to you. Your brain is everything about you. All your memories, all your tastes, your attitudes. your brain controls all of that. No matter
but
what everybody thinks, you know, oh, I like that. It's not, it's your brain that likes that.
Yeah, but your brain depends on you as well, though, don't it?
Your brain depends on it. Brain, everything. It doesn't depend on you because you are your brain.
Yeah, I know.
Your brain just gives you this projected image, but again, we're talking like you're separate to your brain. But your consciousness comes from your brain.
You are your consciousness.
You know what I
What
mean?
is consciousness?
It's being self-aware, isn't it, and knowing your surroundings, or
Hearing,
having a
seeing.
conscious decision where you think things through. You know, when you're working your finances out, if you want to buy something, you work through that process, don't you? Whereas your brain already knows what decision it's going to take. Why does it have to go through this, making you think that you're controlling yourself?
So you think your brain's already made a decision?
I think so, yeah.
Like a good decision?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Or a
Well,
bad
how many
decision.
times have you thought about, I want something to eat? And you thought, no, not bother. But eventually you end up with something to eat, don't you?
Yeah, but that's your stomach telling you to your brain that you're hungry. It's not
Yeah,
your brain
but
telling
then
you.
your brain knows that you're hungry, but then it has a third section of consciousness where it like tells you as a separate individual from itself that you're hungry, go and get something to eat.
But doesn't your brain have to tell your stomach to tell your brain?
That's mental.
You know what I mean?
See, this is what's blowing my mind.
See, whereas it you believe that it's like your conscious is only your conscious, if you get what I mean. You don't affect anybody else, kind of thing. Is that what
Yeah, it's like there's 7.5 billion, if not more, people on this planet. So to me, that's 7.5 billion different worlds that we live on.
Yeah.
I'm sat here now talking to you, but are you just a figment of my imagination?
Exactly. It's this.
How do I know you're real? I talk to you and you talk back, but you can do that with a computer, can't you? You know, you input something and it gives you something back. Is it just my brain making its own thing up? You know, just to...
Is it
I
real?
can't feel what you're
Yeah,
thinking.
that's-
I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're seeing to see if you are real. I only know... I mean, like we're in this room now. You know, does the outside world exist?
But that's it, not to us really, does it? Only what exists to us is what we see in this room.
I mean, the world's absolutely massive and we're in a 10 by 10 room.
Yeah.
And at the moment, this is our world, or at least it's my world,
Yeah.
because I don't know what you're
I
thinking.
might go insane after this video.
See, I was talking to Sean about this, but yeah, do you know, like with colours, basically, we all know red's red, but we might see it different shades. Like your red might be my green, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. But again, why is red red? Red's only red to you.
It's been. Are you on about red colour or red name kind of thing for that?
Well, that box over there,
It's red.
it's red.
Green.
But I've
Nice
been...
red.
At some point, somebody's pointed to something and said that's red.
Yeah.
So whatever colour I've seen, I've associated that colour with
Yeah.
red.
That's it.
So if you were born and people kept pointing at like your trousers, that's red, that Sean. And all your life you presume that were red.
But it's not.
You think it were red, it's just a word, isn't it, red?
It's not actually a colour. So there's no way of getting round.
See, that's it. I don't know what you'll see, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You know,
You two might be beautiful in your eyes, but
Well, that's
Thanks.
it. That's it. But yeah, consciousness, it's a middleman for your brain for some unknown reason. Why it already knows what it's going to do, or where it needs.
yeah. I understand that, but
Is it self-justification? Does it have to
Well,
go through that process for it
do you
to...
think it's like a process, it's through evolution? Basically, when we say came out of water, it was just like a brain, and it didn't have out to come into it, if you get me. So it had to evolve all these eyes, ears, nose, taste. It said to evolve all these to take in world, if you get me.
your
Yeah,
brain's
but-
got bigger.
So yeah, basically it's evolved to have consciousness.
Because we didn't before. Because it was.
Yeah, kind of.
What it was before, it was survival, weren't it? That's what we needed to do for survival. But over time, we've
But,
got more consciousness.
yeah, but your brain... Why does your brain need to give you consciousness? Because it knows how to survive. Look at a dog, is it self-aware? Or any other animal that's not self-aware. It's born, it knows what to eat, it survives, lives its life and dies. Why have we got consciousness? Why do we need that when our brain can say, I'm hungry, that's food, I'll eat it?
Mm.
But
Why does it have to split itself in half? it's like your brain's in half and one side saying, I'm hungry, and other side says, yeah, I don't really like that, but I like this. Right, yeah, we'll go for that. It's like you're making a decision, split decision inside your own head.
It's like good and evil, really, isn't it?
Mm.
What?
Good and evil.
Good and evil, yeah.
I don't know, but it's like when you're born with two fears, aren't you? Yeah, fear of falling and fear of loud noises. You know what I mean? So it's got, you learn everything through your life. So you've got to learn that I don't like this, I like that, I like this and like that. So surely you need your consciousness to actually learn all these things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why, do you think that's
But
kind of thing?
it doesn't need the consciousness though, does it? Because it's got all its senses here, eyes, ears, it takes it in and it processes it. You look at birds when they're mating, some birds have colourful feathers and they know how to dance to attract a mate. Our brain knows how to attract a mate, you need to look good, that's why you go on diets or you try and change your physique or you follow the crowd because, you know, it sees that as the best survival thing, but it already knows that, so why does it have to give you a conscious decision when you go to a clothes shop? Ooh, I like that, I'm going to buy that, because your brain likes that, that's the reason you're buying that.
What about if conscience might actually just be a side effect to your brain surviving? Do you know what I mean?
It might not even be real.
That's it. Do you know your brain wants to survive, but the side effect to it having all these senses, the side effect is consciousness. You can't take consciousness away, if you get me. Do you understand me?
Yeah, but it's the side effect, something that's...
Yeah, it's put there, but it could live without.
But if we've evolved, why, you know, again, everything about you, everything we think, the way we talk and everything is controlled by your brain. It doesn't need this consciousness to survive. Why has it gave us it?
Might be an accident.
So it's like saying that we should be like robots and just
like zombies.
The command set.
I mean, look at cows in a field. They're not self-aware. They just chew on grass because the brain knows it needs grass to survive, and that's its entire life. And it mates. You know, it kicks out pheromones or whatever to try and attract a mate. We do as humans, but you don't consciously think, right, I'll spray a bit of pheromone next to this nice looking lady here. Your brain automatically does it, and you know when they say love at first sight, you ain't consciously thought, oh my god, I love her. Your brain just said, that's an ideal mate. I'm gonna try and get with her or whatever. And your words that are coming out, your brain are creating this strings of words or actions to try and attract that mate, but it puts it through like a filter, which is consciousnness. But why? That's the question. Why? It doesn't need to.
What way you
animals
should attract it?
Yeah, animals aren't self-aware, so most animals aren't self-aware, but they still get a mate and reproduce. That's the thing.
That's the first instinct, though, isn't it? Basically.
It is an instinct, and that is really the meaning of life. You're born to reproduce, to die.
To carry on.
Just carry on your bloodline. And if that is the ultimate goal, isn't it? Survival of the fittest. So your brain already knows this. It's already pre-programmed to achieve this. But why does it have to give you consciousness when it could just go about its business?
Yeah, and just do what you need to do.
Yeah.
What's all the little things in between, like decisions and choosing what to do, where to go, what you should do. When
you're going through a decision-making process, you think you're deducing everything, but it's your brain just going through its channels until it finds a suitable solution.
But don't it like it thinks about what would happen if you did this, what would happen if you did it that way and that way and that way, and it decides which is the best possible way through things that have already happened in your life already.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, stuff like dreams. You don't consciously create a dream, do you? When you fall asleep, your brain just
does it by
itself. It's, you know, your brain's so powerful, and it controls everything.
Yeah. I read a fact of it about dreams. Do you know every face that you see in your dream is that apparently you've actually seen that face in real life?
Yeah.
So you've remembered it, but you haven't remembered it?
Yeah, so it's someone you've seen before, but it's new to your dream.
Yeah. Well, so like, faces you see and you think they're new, but you've actually seen them really, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So your brain was like storing away somehow.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
mean, I've had a recurring dream before, and it's silly, but it's to do with ghosts. And I've been in a room and a door slammed and things are moving and everything like that, and you get really scared of it. And then you wake up, and apparently the meaning of that is that there's a situation that's arising that you don't feel like you're in control of, because you can't control what a ghost does.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if ghosts do exist.
Yeah, but how do you know
But why
that's
does your
true?
brain do that? You know, why is it running this dream sequence? Because it's worried about, you know, something happening in your life that you feel that you've not got control over.
Is that true though?
It is, well,
Is
So-
that who's proving that's true?
sleep experts.
Sleep.
I don't know how they come to these conclusions, but apparently that's what it
I
means.
mean, you
that-
can Google anything. It's like them dream things, and they tell you what's going to happen if you have this dream and that.
yeah.
Is that true?
But I mean, it's a massive question, because we've got theory of general relativity and stuff like that, and with physics we understand the universe intricately, but scientists are still baffled about consciousness. Why we've got it, what purpose does it? It's just one of those questions, will it ever be answered?
I don't
No.
think it will be.
No. That's
But they're starting to read brainwaves now, aren't they? Yeah, machines that can read your brainwaves, and then
But then brainwaves are what gives you your consciousness.
yeah, but then they're going to put these brainwaves on. They can actually read them from in actual images on telly,
Yeah,
TV,
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I've seen that, but
Yeah.
Well,
Again,
still, that's
though,
not going to help them figure out what consciousness is there for, why it is there and it's doing what it's doing. Is it? It's not going to prove anything through brainwaves.
like I said, humans, and you know, up until a point, I've believed the same thing, that you feel like you're in a vessel, that you're separate to your body. You know, that's how people think they've got a soul, because your bodily functions do it automatically. Your brain controls that, and then you're thinking separate to your body. So it's like you're being a little driver in a body. You think you're controlling it, but really, that little body is your brain. Created by, you know, that feeling, it's created by your brain for some reason. It can easily drive itself and everything like that. I mean, when you take one step, you're thinking you might not walk that direction, but there's millions of synapses happening in your brain rapidly.
Yeah.
You know, keeping your balance, heading for a certain direction. When you put your foot down, you know your toes separate and keep your balance, and muscles twitch, blood goes to the muscles to run it.
Yeah.
But consciously, all you've thought is, I'm taking a step.
Yeah.
So is consciousness like a filter, and it lets the brain just concentrate on the foreground rather than the background actions? Is it a coping mechanism for it?
No.
To simplify things.
Maybe it's like a computer program, like where you step, all you're thinking about, like you say, is moving your foot forward. But then it might be a computer program what changes all, say, not to prove it. Moving my foot forward, and it changes all things what we're thinking about. No, that's not it. I don't put this now.
It'd be like, you know, like say you had a machine, and to make it go forward, you've got 1,000 levers that need pulling perfectly in time. And then you've got 1,000 people operating them. That's a massively complex thing. So is there a little part of your brain says, right, you deal with that, and me as a different part of the brain, I'll just control the conscious movements, we're heading that way, you deal with all that. So, you know, a captain of a ship, he might hold the steering wheel,
Yeah.
but you've got all the engineers running it, you've got the people who's designed and built it, and he's just one man who's controlling it.
That's
No.
what we're going to, sorry. Like, you move your foot forward, you've got an interpreter in between your foot and your brain, basically saying he wants to move his foot forward, so I'm going to tell you correct language kind of thing to do it. So basically it tells your brain it wants this to it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the way I think is that you can't think of your brain as one. It's, you know, you have got sections of your brain, haven't you, for personality and stuff like that. Are they really a lot more individual than what we think? So you've got one little part that, you know, your consciousness, which is controlling it, and leaving behind the rest of it just to, you know, help guide you. Is it broke away from your brain and thought, right, I'll leave them doing that work and I'll do what I want to do, and that's your consciousness.
Maybe you've got consciousness for like evolving, basically.
It is a thing that we did become self-aware, you know, millions of years ago apparently. And obviously it's something, for some reason, everything in evolution is for survival, isn't it? So one of our ancestors,
Well, it's
you
not
know,
anymore.
it's happening all the
It's
time.
luxury now, more than anything.
But we are still evolving, aren't we?
In the wrong way.
Well, that's it. But you know what I mean? Everything that's ever happened for you to be here is through evolution. Like back when we were apes, one of them were born with a trait that made life easier for them, so they bred more than the rest. So then that strain carries on.
Yeah.
So at some point, one of the ancestors has developed consciousness, and for some reason that's helped them
Yeah.
survive
Stronger
better
one
and
survives.
carry on. And so then we've all got consciousness now because of that one time when, you know, in the past it were born with
So we're all
consciousness.
related back to one person.
Yeah.
I do believe it is. Basically, you've got your conscious, so your brain can take in all these inputs from the outside world and basically think of things so it can evolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is my opinion on it.
That's where it comes with, like, the part of your brain being separate. It's like you operating a computer. For you to type, you know, hi, my name is Jonathan in Word on, you know, on your laptop, there's a hell of a lot of things going off inside your laptop, but all you've done is type that.
Yeah.
So there's a part of your brain saying, I want to go over there, so it rests and says, right, come on, put that foot forward, twitch that muscle, pump blood there, breathe, check your balancing, you know, and liquid in your ears and stuff like
If
that.
your heart works constantly by itself to pump blood around your body, so that's going all the time.
That's done unconsciously, isn't it?
Yeah, that is controlled by your brain, but not consciously.
Right. So it controls.
See,
That's what I'm saying, it's like you being a driver, a captain of a ship.
Yeah.
There's not just one person that runs the ship, he's in charge and he says which direction it's going in, but
Everyone else
we are
does the work.
engineers or designers or maintenance people or things like that, it's not going to move, is it?
So that's it. We don't need to be conscious about our art and stuff. After our brain, sorry, we don't need to be conscious about our art and stuff. It's like it's already working things out. You don't need to do all else to evolve to make them better.
Yeah.
So it's like putting it back. It's basically this
So,
consciousness is what
everything.
so we can learn basically.
It must have been that your brain got overwhelmed, because if you didn't have this consciousness, then your thoughts would be, you know, you'd have thousands of thoughts, wouldn't it? Heartbeat, breathing, pumping blood,
Thinking
nerves
about doing
twitching,
everything,
and you get overwhelmed, you won't be able to concentrate. So is it, like I said, a filter, where it filters that out, and
I think
so
yeah. So the back of the brain's sorting the rest of your body out, so you haven't got to think about that.
yeah,
And the front of your brain's just thinking, right, we're going to do this, we need to do this to progress.
I need to
evolve.
get food, I need to get a mate,
Yeah.
whatever you want to, I enjoy doing that, I'm going to do that,
Yeah.
because it releases oxytocin and, you know, you like all that.
yeah, I think
Because you wouldn't have, if a million things were happening at once and you weren't conscious, if you weren't conscious and you knew every synapse that were happening in your brain, you wouldn't be able to comprehend it, would you?
No.
So it's like something's broken away and said, you deal with that,
Yeah.
and I'll deal with the big
Yeah.
matters in life.
what if like I said, basically your subconscious is put all this heart beating and that behind you, but you need your conscious to go out and basically eat food and stuff like that, so you can keep the back of your brain going, keep the rest of your body going.
That's it.
So basically it's
So it works together.
yeah, so basically saying, right, this is your conscious, use it, go out and keep me alive.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, if you weren't conscious, could you walk to the other side of the room? Because
You'd have to think of
you'd
everything.
have to think of thousands of things a second. You know, what's the fluid like in my ears? Right, I'm leaning slightly to the left, I need to lean that way. Right, I need them muscle fibres to twitch, so I send a signal down that nerve to twitch them, and then, but because I move that, these muscles need to tense up to it. You won't be able to do it, would you? Whereas if that's all in the background, you've got your consciousness, you'll just walk.
Does that mean like?
It stops you getting overwhelmed, doesn't it? So is that the survival thing where you're trying to get food, but you know, you're just getting confused because there's that many movements and things happening. So it's developed a consciousness to make your life easier.
Yeah. So is that with like the concept of saying you only use 30% of your brain or something like that?
I think so.
So
Yeah.
the rest of your brain is used to look after your body pretty much, and you're
Yeah.
using
Yeah,
the
put it-
30%.
Put it like this way, you've been set a task, you need to write, "Hi, my name is Sean" on this laptop. But in that room you've got people shouting, banging stuff, pushing you, all them distractions, people moving laptop all the time. How hard would it be for you to, something
Yeah,
that should be simple?
Yeah, I get you.
But then your consciousness is the filter, it filters all
So
that
it
noise
shows
out, so
all
it's
that
just
work.
you and the laptop and the keyboard and you type, and it makes life.
So it's like I've got a separate room to everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, it just filters all the background information out, just so you can concentrate on
Right,
what
okay, that
you
makes a
think
lot of
matters
sense
in
now. I
life.
mean,
Yeah.
we were saying it the way I said it, with the 30%, and that 30% you're using to do everything.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah, so like that 30% is probably your consciousness.
Yeah.
yeah, and then the rest is
Rest
just dealing with
keep you
running
alive.
it, yeah.
That's cool.
Your blood, like there's all your blood vessels and stuff in all your nerves. It's the same protein or whatever.
That's it, it's like, like say I'm
antibodies.
on an old steamer
Yeah.
ship where it's like full steam ahead. It goes ding ding, so you need to shovel more coal in fire, so your body's saying we're running a bit low on energy, sends
Yeah.
a signal up, and you go, ooh, I'm a bit hungry.
Right.
Simple as that, rather than you analysing everything in your body, blood sugar levels, glucose levels, and thinking
it does
that,
it
then
itself.
it just twings it, and then
Yeah. So we're pretty much similar to a computer then.
yeah.
I think I've come to a conclusion.
Of conclusions.
Have
I'm
you
a-
come to one?
I'm happy with that conclusion that
I'm happy with mine.
consciousness is a filter, it just filters out all the
Yeah.
background information so you can focus
Yeah, I think.
on what you need.
Yeah, it's a survival thing. Your main thing.
Your consciousness is the
surviving.
driver.
Yeah, other things, enjoyments in life and stuff like that are extra.
Yeah.
It's like a good thing, if you know what I mean. A good accident.
Yeah, but it's like good, like if you're happy in your conscious life, then it makes your body happy. If you're sad, it makes your body crappy.
Yeah. But then to say we've all come from the same thing, we've all got different tastes as well, haven't we? So people like different things because
No one likes Brussels.
you might
Sprouts.
people like chocolate. Apparently, it releases oxytocin and makes you feel good. So your body must want that for some reason. But you might meet somebody who absolutely hates. I mean, Jonathan don't like dairy milk, but I love it.
No.
It's still chocolate,
Yeah, it's
but his
It's good. Yeah. It's
his brain thinks no, that's better for some reason. That's better.
linked.
Yeah, I like Galaxy.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Why, if we all come from the same thing,
Yeah.
why does his brain
Say,
like something different to me?
yeah. I think it's because there's too much choice nowadays. No.
No.
Do you think?
I used to like it when I was a kid,
Right.
but I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Since my taste buds have obviously changed.
what if the only chocolate was dairy milk? There's no other kind of chocolate. You'd then be forced, if you want chocolate, to have that type.
No, but that's it. I don't
You'd
like
avoid
it.
it then, wouldn't you? So you
Yeah,
wouldn't eat
exactly.
chocolate. But how can something so nice to want? Like tomatoes. I know they're good for you, and I know I should eat more, but
Well, you don't. You like
I can
burgers.
just about bear eating it. But Jonathan absolutely adores them. Like he probably gets the same kick out of it as I would a piece of chocolate.
Yeah, true.
So why does he like tomatoes and I don't? Even though my brain has learned over time that tomatoes are really good for you and I should be eating them,
I
but
think that's to do with
I can't come. I
how
can't
you
come to
brought
it.
up, though, isn't it? Your surroundings and stuff like that. That's what. That's
Yeah,
what
but
does it.
what I'm saying is
He
though.
grew up in the wild. You grew up in.
Well, you know what I mean. Your brain knows what your body needs, and I know tomatoes are really, really good for you.
Yeah.
And it'd be really good fuel for your body,
So
and
why
it's
don't
stuff you
do it?
need.
Yeah.
Why don't my brain say, yeah, that's good, I know it's good, eat it, and I'll pretend I enjoy it, but you don't, you bite into it and
Yeah.
you don't like it.
You're like, I'd rather have a bit
Yeah.
of chocolate. Yeah, I get you.
Like if we go out for a cigarette or something like that, you know it's really, really bad for you, but
Yeah.
your body wants it.
It's addiction.
So like chemical reactions.
Why does it get addicted to nicotine though, you know what I mean? It's
Chemical reactions. Like
you start smoking when you're young to fit in, or that's the main thing, that's the only reason you
And then it
take it up,
becomes
or to
more
look cool,
serious.
doesn't you?
Yeah.
And then your body likes that nicotine, so it makes you go out and do it, even though it knows it's bad for it.
Yeah.
So it's far from perfect.
I think it's
It's like you've got a diesel car, you won't go and fill up with petrol just because you felt like it. I like the smell of petrol, so I'll fill my car up with petrol. You know that your car needs diesel.
Yeah, yeah.
And you won't put dirty diesel in, would you? You won't scrape some diesel off out in the bottom of a barrel and put it in your nice car, would you?
I put
So
petrol
why
in
does your
diesel.
body prefer, you know, something that's unhealthy
Yeah.
to something that is healthy when you know it's good for you?
Good for you, yeah. I guess, but don't we also need sugar as well? Like, you get addicted to sugar, so it's an addiction again with
Yeah,
chocolate.
sugar's your energy though, basically.
That's what I mean. It's like a tomato's probably got its own sugar energy, I'm guessing. So it's probably
Well,
energy, but just in different ways, isn't it?
All food's energy.
Different sugars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, is that why, you know, bad food's bad for you because it's got a lot of calories in it, but your body wants
Bad food.
a lot of calories. It probably thinks, oh, it's a pain in the ass walking around finding tomatoes and
Yeah.
I have to eat a ton of them or I can eat one piece of that. So it goes for that because it knows it's got the fuel.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Say, olden times, when they're going out hunting and stuff, they might only get 1 kilo a week. So they'd rather have more calories in one, and then it's going to last them longer, innit, basically, rather than a few calories. So then they're going to have to go out again and get them again.
Yeah.
So is that, you know, again separate to your consciousness? Your consciousness knows that's happy, but your brain's saying no, we'd rather have that, and that's why your conscious is not creating your likes and your tastes. It's the back of your brain that's.
We've learnt about good things and bad things. We know what's good for us and what's bad for us. But your subconscious would rather have the bad thing because in the long run, say if you eat a bar of chocolate, but that's all you're going to eat in a week, in 1 week, that will.
Let's say if you had a choice, a tomato or a bar of chocolate, your brain knows you're going to get a hell of a lot more calories if you're not going to get anything else to eat. And that's why obviously I'm fat, because your body has to store energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, big bone.
Big bone. But your body stores energy because we still haven't evolved out of the fact that we might not be eating for a week or two. You know, if you, like you said, going out on a hunt, you might be tracking an animal for a week, so your body needs to store whenever it can. And because, you know, I eat a lot and it stores a lot, I'll survive longer than you.
Yeah.
And, you know,
in ways.
when society collapses,
Yeah.
I'll still be
Well,
alive.
no, because then you'd be the first person to die because everyone would be like, oh, he's got those calories on him. Let's eat him.
I'll be able to walk further though, because I've got a bigger fuel tank.
On bigger feet.
Yeah, I'm bigger feet, yeah. But I'm happy with my conclusion then. I think it's some kind of filter to, you know, take away the background noise of all the activities your brain does. So.
I think we all came to the same conclusion in different ways.
We all understand it differently, but it is basically the same. So. Right guys, if you're happy with that conclusion, then, or if you're not, let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think of that video.
Share.
We might be talking, you know, complete crap, but we're all happy with what we've come to. So that's it.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and we should see you all next week.
Yeah, hope you liked it. Thank you.
See ya.